In this video, I'm going to be going over how you can change your life and start living freely. Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy Noah, back again with another YouTube video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Noah and I help people awaken to their true abilities through wellness and spirituality, aka Noah's Ark. And I'm so appreciative of each and every one of you guys for stopping by in today's video, because in today's video I'm going to be going over how you can change your life and live life of freedom, live a life that is very prosperous, and live a life that is ultimately a lot more peaceful and joyful in your life. Because I think nowadays specifically, it's becoming increasingly difficult for people to find peace within their life, you know, and this was something that I struggled with for a while when it came to finding peace and just kind of living in harmoniously with the universe, right? Living harmoniously with my own inner peace. And that is something that's going to be key in this video. We're going to be talking about a certain dynamic that people kind of miss out on whenever they want to live a joyful and prosperous life. Like I said before, during these times, it's very difficult for people to kind of find peace, right? With everything that's going on. Everybody is kind of has their head on the swivel, you know, everybody's so super stressed out, you know, and there's a very much a big anxiety from a lot of people. And I want to make this video for you guys in order for you to be able to change your life, because the things that I'm going to be talking about in this video have dramatically improved my life. And so I want to come on here to be able to help each and every one of you guys out to eliminate some of the stress that we go through in our everyday life, as well as bring more peace and live a life that's just a lot more prosperous and a lot more happy. The one dynamic that we're going to be talking about is the material world, right? This earth plane of existence. A lot of people get so caught up in what it is that they're doing on this earth, and they get so, you know, one of the problems that I see a lot again and again is people get so stressed out by the situation that they are in currently, you know, and it's easy to do, you know, it's easy to get stressed out if you aren't living a life that you enjoy, right? But something that we have to realize is that as much as there is a material world, there is also a metaphysical world or a spiritual realm, right? And there is a lot more that exists outside of the physical realm. And so a lot of people get so focused and so heavily dead set on what's happening within their exterior reality that they can't ever find peace in themselves because they aren't tapped in spiritually, right? We have to be connected on a spiritual level with the universe, with God, with source, right? Whatever you want to call, you know, this creator of the universe. But we have to be, there's an energy that we have to tap into, right? And this is why it's important to still your mind, right? Because a lot of the times our thoughts are racing so heavily that we don't have a moment to take a step back and kind of appreciate what it is that we do have and some of the things that are great in our life. And in order for us to actually be able to change our life, we have to tap into this spiritual or metaphysical realm of reality, right? We have to tap in with our inner selves, as some people like to call it, you know? Because we can learn a lot about what our likes and dislikes are when we just take a moment and just take a deep breath, right? And I think that's where a lot of the problems come in, where a lot of people, they take their external reality life too seriously, right? I believe personally that there needs to be a balance between physical and metaphysical, right? You should be focusing on your inner world just as much as you're focusing on your outer world, right? And we have to be able to tap in with ourselves spiritually in order for us to heal and to grow and to live a life that is happy, right? More peaceful. And the universe is only a reflection of who we are, right? And so a lot of that has to do with how we react to certain situations. This is one of the problems that a lot of people face whenever we talk about living a life that they want to, right? Living a life that is peaceful, prosperous, and happy. something that a lot of people don't understand is that the universe is only a reflection of who we are being. And so because of this, if we react in life a lot to certain situations, or we react negatively to a lot of things that happen in our life, then the universe only picks up on that frequency, meaning that if there are things that you don't like and you're expressing it, or you are complaining a lot about certain things that are happening in your life and you're saying, why me, why this, why that, the universe picks up on that as, okay, why, you're asking the question, so we're just going to give you more of that experience, and this is what sets people back a lot of the times, because they are so focused on what it is that's going on their external reality that they don't take a moment and pause and understand how they can respond to the situation as opposed to reacting in certain situations. This is a lot of the reason why people have so much anxiety walking around. They have so much stress in their life, and it's because they're focusing too heavily on what's happening to them, right? Instead of focusing on what is happening for them, right? You see, the universe only sends us a reflection of who we are being. And so when we are complaining a lot, we're putting out negative energy. The universe is only going to show us more negative situations, right? More negative circumstances that we are going to experience, and I can testify to this because I used to experience a lot of negativity in my life, right? And it's because I viewed myself negatively, and this is the key, right? We have to change how we view ourselves, we have to be able to understand that how we view ourselves is a whole, it changes our whole life. It has the ability to flip your life 180 degrees around. And I've experienced this in my life. I used to view myself as someone who's very awkward, very boring, very weird, very just unlikable. And because of this, I would reflect that a lot of the times. A lot of the people would see me as an awkward person. A lot of people would see me as not confident, right? A lot of people would see me as someone who I wouldn't want to go up to, right? And so we have to understand this when we want to change our life, is understanding that we need to be able to output positive energy, right? We have to be able to output gratitude, because this is actually what's going to allow us to live a life that is a lot more peaceful. A lot of the times people react to certain situations too heavily versus responding to situations. Now what is the difference? When we react to situations and we're putting our opinion on what it is that we're doing, versus whenever we respond, we're actually figuring out ways to how we can solve this issue. And this is what's going to allow us to experience a lot less stress in our life, when we're not constantly reacting to things that are happening, but rather we're responding to what it is when we do experience situations that aren't favorable to us, because that's something that we can't control, right? There are going to be times where we can't control negative situations, and I'm not sitting here saying that you can live a completely 100% positively abundant life, right? But what I am saying is that your life can get significantly better, and you can live in prosperity and peace every single day, like I do, by responding to situations as opposed to reacting and giving your opinion. Understand what it is that you can do to fix the situation, or what it is that you can do to change it, right? Because we end up wasting time whenever we're reacting to certain things that are happening to us. And this is what holds a lot of people back from experiencing true wealth, true abundance, true prosperity in their life, right? True peace. If you want true peace in your life, you have to react peacefully to situations in your life, right? And this has been huge for me, being able to understand that the energy that I put out is gonna have an effect on people, right? And so the universe is gonna respond positively to you if you respond positively to it, to the universe. And this is the ultimate game changer when we talk about how we can change our life, is understanding that it's all a reflection of who we are. So we have to start viewing ourselves in a high regard. We have to start viewing ourselves as people who can bring value to a lot of people. And I'm not just saying this to sound cool or to sound fun, but I'm saying this because this is actually what's going to help you to change your life. You have to look at yourself in a high fashion, right? Even if it, we've had so many blockages from our childhood of us not feeling worthy enough, us not feeling safe, right? Us not feeling good about ourselves. And this is only what's making it harder for us to live a life that's peaceful. We have to start viewing ourselves in a high regard, and we have to start understanding that there is nothing that we can't handle in our life. There's nothing that the universe is going to be able to provide us that we can't handle on our own, right? That we can't handle with ourselves. The universe, and you have to start believing that everything is always working out in your favor. Right? This kind of goes hand in hand with gratitude, understanding that what it is that you're grateful for, the universe will give you more of. Right? So the more grateful you are for your opportunities that you have here, the more opportunities that will be granted to you. You see what I'm saying? And this is huge when we're talking about being able to change our life and live a life that's a lot more free. Because during these times, it's getting to the point where a lot of people are very stressed out, and understandably so. If you pay attention to what it is on the external world, then it can really take you out of your element, right? And it can really allow you to become really upset and stressed out. But when we're able to take a moment and take a deep breath, right, and just kind of connect with ourselves and understand that we are safe no matter where we are, right, then that is when our life ultimately changes. And another thing that can really help change your life is not letting your external reality, things that are happening on the outside, affect how you feel. Right? This has been huge for me. This has been something that I have learned over the past 4 years that I've been on YouTube, is understanding that it doesn't matter what type of situation I'm in my physical reality. If there isn't anything that I can do to control it, then I don't have to let it affect me, right? And I'm not just saying this because it sounds cool, right? Like I said before, but I'm saying this as living proof of it, because there have been many situations that I have found myself in where I had no control over, and we have to understand that we need to surrender our control. Control is another thing that holds a lot of us back, because we want to be able to control a lot of different situations in our life. And unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of situations that come to us that we aren't going to be able to control. And this is the universe's way of teaching you that there are certain things that you can't do, that you can't control, right? And this goes back to reacting versus responding to your situation. If we go at certain situations in our life complaining, right, or talking a lot of crap about it, then that's not benefiting us. It's wasting time, rather, versus being able to diagnose the situation at hand and saying, okay, what can we do? What's the next steps in order to fix this, right? Because then you take all of the extra thinking, you take all of the extra vocabulary, the extra speaking out of it, and it's just you and the universe communicating with each other. And that's where you get the answers, when you're able to tap in with yourself and you're able to ask yourself questions, and get the answer to it. Because if you do ask yourself and you kind of meditate on certain questions that you have, you will get an answer, right? And you'll know it's an answer when you feel it. It's not something that comes through to you with words, right? It's a feeling that you get, and this is why I preach so heavily about the importance of meditation on my YouTube channel, because I think that when we practice any type of form of meditation, it allows us to let go of the thoughts that we have, right? Our mind isn't racing. And when our mind isn't racing and it becomes a lot more clear, then we're able to receive downloads from the universe as to what our next steps are. Regardless of where it is that you are in your life, you get those answers from the universe naturally when you're able to quiet your mind and you're able to shut off everything. You shut off everything in your mind, and it allows your mind to be able to be receptive to the universal call, as I like to say, right? And so another way that we can change our life is to start expecting good things that to come our way. You know, start expecting things to happen that actually benefit you, right? Because a lot of the times we expect so much of the worst things, the worst case scenario, that the universe is kind of forced to deal us with something that isn't going to be favorable to us. And it's because we keep thinking about it, right? And so start expecting the universe to always be on your side. Start expecting the universe to always grant you with amazing and phenomenal opportunities. Start saying that to yourself. Say, universe, I appreciate you for offering me amazing and prosperous opportunities in my life. And when we start doing this and we start saying these things and we start actually believing in ourselves and the universe, then you'll start to understand that your life will change for the better. It'll change dramatically, because we're not operating from a state of lack. We're operating from a state of abundance. You know, we're expecting a lot, right? We're not expecting the worst. We're not expecting negative situations. We're expecting positivity. We're expecting amazing situations to happen in our life. And when we start to do that, you know, obviously you're not gonna always be blessed with phenomenal things that happen to you every single waking moment of the day, but it'll reduce a lot of negative situations that you find yourself in because you aren't expecting it, right? And so whenever we expect things to turn out in our favor, then the universe responds with positivity. It responds with abundance, right? And it responds with a lot more peaceful situations. You know, the main thing that holds us back when we talk about changing our life is the amount of thought that we have in our head. You know, it's another reason why I said meditation is so important, is because when we're able to quiet our mind, then we become a lot more at peace, right? And that's when we start connecting with ourselves. And so start believing in yourself, you know, start viewing yourself in a very high regard, you know, start putting yourself on a pedestal and being like, okay, that guy's cool, right? I'm cool. You know, start telling yourself that and start looking yourself in the mirror and changing how you view yourself, because you will start to become more attractive, not only to the universe, right? But you will start becoming more attractive to other people when you start speaking of yourself in a high regard. You know, none of this, oh, I'm awkward. None of this, why does everything always happen to me? Nonsense, right? We need to get rid of that. We need to eliminate that from our subconscious mind, you know, and start reprogramming our subconscious mind to think positively and to react and respond positively to situations that happen for us in our life. You know, and so I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you learned something. I hope you gained something. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns for future videos that you want me to make, feel free to comment them down in the description box below. I want to give a huge shout out to each and every one of you guys, because the amount of support that I've gained on this channel has been amazing. It truly makes me feel good that I can inspire millions and millions of people to live their best life and to awaken to their true ability. So I hope that this video or my previous videos have done that for you. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. But with all that being said, my friends, have a wonderful afternoon, morning, or night wherever you're at. And peace, love, and happiness. Mwah.